How did seeing Diddy Combs go from dancing in the background to becoming one of the most powerful moguls in music, fashion, and liquor? Simple. He moved fast, took big risks, and played the fame game like a CEO. But behind the champagne and diamonds is a trail of broken contracts, high-stakes lawsuits, and power plays that turned a Harlem hustler into a billionaire brand. Diddy didn't just get rich, he got controversial, and he stayed relevant. This is the unfiltered breakdown of how he built the empire, beat the odds, and stirred up every room he ever walked into. From intern to industry architect, Diddy started at Uptown Records, interning while still in college. But he didn't act like an intern, he ran the room. He organized parties, found talent, and built such a buzz that he helped shape the careers of Jodeci and Mary J. Blige before anyone knew his name. He got fired in 1993, supposedly for being too bold. His response? Launch Bad Boy Records. That decision didn't just launch his brand, it started a label that would soon dominate hip-hop in the late 90s. Diddy didn't wait for an opportunity, he created the entire ecosystem. Bad Boy Records equals cash machine and chaos. With Biggie Smalls as his flagship artist, Diddy turned Bad Boy into a hit factory. From Craig Mack to Maze to 112, the label became a culture engine. Diddy's genius? Blending street credibility with radio polish. He added luxury to hip-hop, turning artists into stars and albums into events. But Bad Boy's rise was messy. Lawsuits, artist fallout, and accusations of exploitation followed. Still, the label made hundreds of millions, and Diddy walked away owning rights, royalties, and real power. He was never just a producer. He was a boss building his brand on everyone's success. The Biggie era, legacy, and leverage. Diddy's career is inseparable from the rise and tragic fall of the notorious Big. Their creative chemistry was unmatched, and Diddy knew how to package Biggie's gritty lyrics into platinum packages. When Biggie died in 1997, it could have ended everything. Instead, Diddy pivoted. He released I'll Be Missing You, a tribute that became one of the best-selling singles of all time. That move turned tragedy into momentum and locked in Diddy as more than a label head. He was now a mainstream icon. Biggie's death launched Diddy's crossover into pop, fashion, and billionaire territory. Diddy turned himself into the product. Most execs stay behind the scenes. Diddy? He put himself in the videos, on the album covers, on the stage. He didn't just promote artists. He branded himself as Puff Daddy, then P. Diddy, then Diddy, always staying relevant, always reinventing. He danced in music videos, dropped hit singles, and headline tours. He made himself a celebrity brand. That was rare back then, and it set the stage for modern moguls like Kanye and Jay-Z. Diddy realized early, if people buy into you, everything you touch gains value. He became the face of his fortune. Scene John, fashion that printed millions. In 1998, Diddy launched Scene John, a clothing brand that bridged streetwear and luxury. Critics laughed, retailers hesitated, but then the line exploded. By the early 2000s, Scene John was everywhere. Runways, department stores, rap videos, even Macy's. It earned over $500 million in annual revenue at its peak. Diddy won a CFDA Fashion Award and proved that hip-hop could dominate not just music, but menswear. He eventually sold a majority stake, then bought it back in 2021, showing that he saw more in the brand than short-term hype. That's long-term fashion equity. Ciroc, the liquor deal that changed the game. Here's where things get next level. In 2007, Diddy partnered with Diageo to promote a struggling vodka brand called Ciroc. But this wasn't an endorsement. This was an equity deal. Diddy pushed Ciroc as a lifestyle, turned it into a nightclub staple, and watched sales skyrocket from 40,000 cases a year to over 2 million. His cut, estimated to be 50% of the profits. Over time, his Ciroc earnings climbed into the hundreds of millions. He didn't make liquor, he made culture, and culture sells. This was one of hip-hop's smartest brand flips ever. Revolt TV, Diddy's media power play. In 2013, Diddy launched Revolt TV, a music and culture network built for the next generation. While it hasn't reached mainstream dominance, it's a long-term bet on content control. He wanted a Black-owned alternative to legacy networks, something that could speak directly to culture without corporate censorship. Revolt now runs shows, podcasts, music programming, and digital content. It might not be flashy on paper, but in a world where media ownership equals influence, Revolt gives Diddy something most artists don't have, a platform that prints both relevance and revenue. making the band and reality TV royalty. In the 2000s, Diddy wasn't just a music mogul, he was a TV character. Making the band on MTV turned him into a meme machine, a boss figure, and a pop culture powerhouse. From Walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake moments to emotional artist breakdowns, the show gave Diddy a new kind of visibility. It also marketed his music and brand 24/7. He used the show to launch artists, promote Scene John, and position himself as hip-hop's Simon Cowell. This wasn't just TV, it was strategic self-promotion disguised as entertainment. Controversies, lawsuits, and reputation risks. You can't talk about Diddy without the drama. He's faced lawsuits over contracts, business deals, labor practices, and more recently, high-profile civil cases and federal investigations. While many details remain sealed or settled, his legacy is undeniably controversial. Critics accuse him of exploitation, gatekeeping, and overreaching control. Others defend his impact and independence. The truth? Diddy plays the game ruthlessly, and that's part of how he rose. Whether you view him as a visionary or a villain, one thing's clear, he doesn't move soft. Every success has come with sharp edges and big payouts. Real estate and silent equity plays. Behind the flash, Diddy's been building quiet capital. He owns multi-million-dollar properties in Miami, LA, and New York. He's invested in tech, fitness, and entertainment startups, usually through private deals. He also collects fine art and memorabilia, assets that appreciate while others party. And because he keeps a team of lawyers and accountants on deck, his portfolio stays diversified and tax-optimized. The luxury lifestyle gets the headlines, but the real wealth is in the undisclosed holdings, the trademarks, and the back-end deals nobody sees. Net worth in 2025, officially a billionaire. In 2022, Forbes officially named Diddy a hip-hop billionaire, estimating his net worth at over $1 billion. Most of that comes from C-Rock, De Leon Tequila, Scene John, Bad Boy Publishing, and Revolt. Unlike others, he didn't hit billionaire status with one big exit. He stacked income streams slowly, negotiated smart equity, and reinvested constantly. While lawsuits and brand risks remain, his cash flow is protected by diversified assets. If all goes well, Diddy could scale even higher, especially if he takes Revolt public, sells more brand stakes, or drops new ventures. He's rich, he's protected, and he's still building. The Diddy legacy: flash, force, and fortune. Love him or hate him, Diddy redefined black wealth and entertainment. He made it okay to be flashy and strategic. He taught artists to aim for equity, not just clout. He took the Harlem hustle global and turned himself into a billion-dollar brand. But the legacy is layered, part mogul, part myth, part menace. He climbed by being unapologetic, polarizing, and always 5 steps ahead. And whether his empire stands untouched or gets rocked by scandal, his blueprint already changed the game forever. Diddy didn't just make history, he monetized it. From mixtapes to mansions, lawsuits to liquor deals, Diddy built his empire brick by brick, with flash, force, and a fearless obsession with winning. If this gave you a new look at the mogul behind the champagne, hit that like, share it with a future boss, and drop your favorite Diddy hustle moment in the comments. Because one thing's clear, Diddy didn't just chase the bag, he licensed it, flipped it, and renamed the whole hustle.